Alrighty guys, I wanted to do a quick video on my EDC bag. This is a fairly new concept for me. I've never had, I've always wanted to have an EDC bag and I just never put one together. Made a few attempts at times, and halfway through building it I'll end up robbing something out of it for a different kid or something like that. So I finally got one put together and I kind of ran out and made a list of things that I would want in an EDC situation. Either things that in the past I've said to myself, man, I really wish I had that, or just things I think would be useful. There's going to be a few more things added to this. This isn't fully complete, but for the most part it is. It's just a few things that I'm going to add to it. One of them being some kind of small, not necessarily small because my phone's kind of big, but a cell phone case to go on this front molly field here. So when I'm riding in somebody else's vehicle, this will probably be between my legs on the floor and or next to me or whatever. And instead of digging in my pocket while I'm trying to sit down, I'm sitting in the vehicle, I can just reach down and get it. You know what I mean? I just think that would be easier. But anyway, other than that, nothing I really want to add to the outside right now. Maybe eventually some kind of Velcro field or something that I can put some, like my Slumdog tag and, some other things. I want to get a couple Bush Bumming 29 tags made up and a few things like that. But other than that, nothing really serious. So this is a Maxpedition Condor 2 bag. And before I actually start breaking into the pack, I wanted to explain a few things about what I will use this pack for. Today was my first time actually using it this morning. I had to do some running and I had a phone call that I had to write down another number. So I broke into it and used some of the stuff in it. It came in handy so far. So basically this will be transferred between, it'll always be in my truck if I'm in my truck. If I'm at home, it'll come inside. If I'm riding with somebody else, I'll be in their vehicle. So basically it'll be with me pretty much most of the time. Like if I go in a store or something, obviously I'm not going to carry the backpack in the store, but it'll be in the vehicle I'm in. So I've got it nearby. So anyway, that's what its intended use is. It's just basically to cover some of the odds and ends of everyday carry that you don't necessarily carry on your person. So anyway, top pouch here, I call this my electronics pouch. Some of the stuff I'm going to be adding to this, and I'll explain to that as we get to it. First thing comes out of here is my vehicle navigation unit. This is a old unit. I actually need to connect this to the computer and get it updated, but it's a Garmin Nuvi. I got this about 4 years ago, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. But I've never had any problems with it telling me not to the wrong place to go. It doesn't always tell me exactly where to go. Like, if I had an instance where I had to go somewhere and it gave me an address. Well, the address was a college, and it took me to where all the mail gets dropped off at, and I needed to go to the field house. Well, it didn't take me to the field house. It took me to where all the mail gets dropped off at, one of the main buildings. Well, I needed to go down another street and up and then back into the back part of the college. Well, it didn't tell me that. I had to kind of figure that out. I'm hoping maybe if I update, it'll help me. It'll help that out a little bit. So the unit itself gets carried in the front pouch. It's kind of a padded pouch. I carry the suction cup mount. I carry the charging cable, and this little guy here, which up until recently I didn't realize what it was for. I've never used it, obviously, but I believe it to be a little thing where you peel a little backing off and it sticks, and you can stick it to your dash, and that'll give you some place to stick this to mount it other than the windshield. I think that's actually a good idea, but I have not yet used it. Like I said, I think it might be a good idea. I keep it in there just in case I decide to do that. Also in this pouch, which is not complete right now because I had to take out of it and use it, but this is normally my charging kit. Sorry about that. This USB 12 volt, adapter, the car adapter. Normally there's a house adapter in here for USB and the USB cable itself. That's my phone unit to charge. Also, I'm going to add a Anker Astro E5 that I saw a review done on, Prepared Mind 101, and I liked his videos, and he had a really good review on that product. It's basically like a big battery that you would charge your phone with, and it seemed like it would do good for what I need. It's for those situations where maybe you're out on the road and for some reason your 12 volt socket in your vehicle doesn't work or something like that, or when you're away from an area where you can actually get to charge your phone. 2 AA batteries for my flashlight. I'm also going to add a couple CR123s for my EDC light, which is a Streamlight ProTac 1L. I really like this light, but the battery life on it sucks. It's a really good light though. Generally I have to replace the batteries probably, depending on how much I use it, between once a week and once every 2 weeks. Just one CR123, so 2 batteries would last me quite a while. So yeah. And also in here, I know it's going to be an odd item, and I'm kind of going to wonder why I'm using it, but it's just a miniature version of a grocery bag. And for a disposable item that packs up that small, I really couldn't say no to it. There's a lot of reasons I would use this. Maybe I pick garbage out of my truck. If I'm with my dog and I need to pick up her waste, I can do that with this. Or what I really had in mind when I put it in here, I recently started basic open water scuba diving training, and I passed my class, and I'm doing my pool dives. I've done 2 out of 3 pool dives, and one of the things, I got 4 open water dives left until I'm certified, and one of the things is I have to rent my own equipment. I haven't got all my own equipment yet. I got a little bit of it, but not much. So I have to rent my wetsuit for now. When I do my open water dives, I'm going to do a dry suit training, but that's separate. But the wetsuit in the pool right now, they obviously don't want you going, commando, free balling it in their wetsuits. So you have to wear swim trunks, and after you're done in the pool, you're going to want to have some place to put those wet trunks. This seemed to make sense. But there's, like I said, there's 1,000,001 uses, and for something that packs up that small, I was free, and it's disposable. I couldn't see not using it. That's it for that pouch. Bottom compartment down here, I've got this thing here is a Maxpedition organizer. Everybody pretty much knows what these are. I forget which model this is. I believe they got several of these, bigger all the way down to little. The front little thing, I've got a little compass, just because. Sorry about hitting the tripod. In here, I keep a variety of things. In the back of this left side, I keep a Write in the Rain notebook. I've got a Smith & Wesson tactical pen that somebody gave me, a Sharpie that's got the fat end and the skinny end, a mechanical pencil, a 4-in-1 screwdriver, 2 flat, 2 Phillips, and a Pilot G2, which is my favorite kind of pen, which actually I used this stuff today. Over here is my backup light. This is a, obviously it's a mag light, the 2 AA variety, hence the batteries. But I've also got the Night Eyes head strap in here, because if I got a flat tire or something, or if I stop along the road to help somebody with a flat tire, I don't want to be holding this flashlight in my mouth, or trying to hold it under my chin or something so I can see. I just want to throw it on the headband and go. And instead of carrying two separate lights, I've got one. It's just easier that way for me. This is just a small diamond plate for sharpening knives. This is my backup EDC knife. This is a if I can get this stuff set up right. Spyderco H1. It's a really good knife, especially for backup EDC. It's really thin and really light. So I just threw that in there as a backup, because on the rare occasion, God forbid, that I actually leave the house without a knife. Also, for some reason it's not in here, but also I carry another separate little Write in the Rain notebook. But normally, I'm not quite sure where it's at the moment. Normally it rides in here as a little Ziploc bag about that big with 6 petroleum jelly coated cotton balls and a small ferro rod. Just because I'm that kind of weird guy that needs to have a possibility of fire at all times. Not some kind of pyro, but at the same time, you never know. You're at one of your friend's house, and you're gonna have a cookout or something on an open fire, and hey, somebody needs to light the fire. Actually, here it is. There's the petroleum jelly coated cotton balls. I kind of threw it in here because I was filming this last night too, and had some issues with the sound. But petroleum jelly coated cotton balls, there's 6 of them in there. It's more than enough for a mini fire kit. And there's the ferro rod, and that normally rides in that EDC organizer. A Leatherman Super Tool 300. It's always good to have a multi-tool nearby. My only gripe about Leathermans, I wish they all had scissors on them. Just a little pair of scissors goes a long way in my mind. It's good for trimming stray strings off your clothes and all kinds of stuff. In the bottom of this little pouch, I keep a cheap little set of Lexan utensils. I don't know how many times I've been through a drive-thru where required utensils and they didn't give them to me. In fact, just the other day I ordered some pancakes from McDonald's and they never gave me silverware. Now this isn't a big deal if you're coming home to eat, but a lot of times you're, on the road or, away from home. Not that I'm eating while I'm driving, I'm, saying away from home. So this would come in handy. And they're light. Cost me all of $2, and they don't take up much room. In the back here, along with the utensils, a lot of times drive-thrus don't give you napkins. Now I got this mixed up with my napkins. The napkins are this is the toilet paper. This is not what I meant to bring out. I got the toilet paper and then, yeah, you get it. It's just a little bit of toilet paper. We'll just say it's the 4 sheets of paper towels for instead of napkins, and I'll pretend that paper towels are the toilet paper. Yeah, like I said, I refilmed this video like 4 or 5 times last night because I kept having issues with sound, or somebody would come over, or my phone would ring, or whatever. I'm alone today, and the likelihood of someone coming over is slim to nil, so anyway. Yeah, this is my first aid kit. It needs a lot of work, just very basic, but I'm building on it. I'm going to put a Israeli dressing in here, just because, and some odds and ends. I really want a good, decent first aid kit, and this is just a starter. I know I keep telling stories, but probably about, I don't know, 8 years ago now, me and some friends were driving along on a backcountry road, and found that somebody had missed a turn and gone off the road, which was kind of a drop, and they had jumped it and flipped the truck that they were in, and it was 3 guys in a small pickup, and they were painters because there was paint everywhere. Buckets of paint had flown out of the back of their truck. Anyway, when we got there, we thought somebody was having a campfire. We get down there, and the whole underside of the truck's on fire, and 2 of the guys are out of it. I'm pretty sure they were intoxicated, but the third guy, honestly, I didn't check, but I don't know if he was dead or if he was just unconscious or what. But me and my buddy pulled him out, and you know, I'd just like to have that kind of, you know, after knowing what I know now, I could have helped him a little more, hopefully. But yeah, I'm going to build on that first aid kit. That's all I have in this pocket, back in the main pocket. I think I started on this. Yeah, there's my paper towels / toilet paper. Yeah, this is meant to be in the front pocket. I somehow got them mixed up. Like I said, this is just for drive-thrus, and the TP is just meant for if you go into a public restroom, and a lot of times they don't have TP in the roll. They don't always keep that up, so you know, it's good to have TP. Along with that, pack of wet ones. Again, truck stop bathrooms are not always the cleanest. Gas station bathrooms are not always the cleanest, so it's kind of nice and peace of mind to know that you're not sitting on somebody else's mess. It's quick and easy to clean it up, germ-free, good to go. It's a little bit cleaner. Gives you a little bit of peace of mind. Also, it's good for cleaning yourself up, quick whore bath or something like that. You know, clean up your pits and your stinky bits, and you're good to go. Or, after that lovely thought, after you've gone through your drive-thru and eaten your nasty food, you can clean these off with one of these, and you're good to go again. Alright, after all that pleasantness, Al Capone Sweets. They're cognac dipped. I don't always smoke these. I'm a cigarette smoker, but occasionally I like a nice cigar. And this is a nice cigar. It's just a really little cigar. I don't like them big fat things like Arnold Schwarzenegger and them smoke. Just a little touch of class here. They taste good, and like I said, I don't smoke them very often, but occasionally I will. Some of the stuff in the mix of things got thrown around. This was supposed to be in that back mesh pocket back in here. This is just a small sewing kit. This is not meant for like, oh I ripped the whole bottom half of my jean leg off. No, that's something else. This is more for like putting buttons back on. I find store-bought repair kits like this are pretty cheesy. The thread in them is pretty crappy. The needles, pretty crappy. Pretty much everything in them is pretty crappy. Will they work? Yeah. I'm hoping to replace this in this container with some of my own stuff, some Gutermann thread and whatnot, some stronger thread, and a little bit better quality scissors and better needles and whatnot. But this will get me by, you know, if I lose a button or something, I can throw it back on. Travel size deodorant. This is going to be added to a small little kit that's going to have a travel size soap, a toothbrush, toothpaste, you know, Q-tips, that kind of thing. A little hygiene pack, so to speak. So like if which we'll get to here in a minute, but if I end up having to stay the night, an unplanned stay at somebody else's house, I feel a little refreshed the next day. Or, you know, like I said, if I go to dive class and I end up having to get out the pool, I can throw a little deodorant on and feel a little better. Or just random stinkiness. Aids in that too. Also down in here I carry a paracord donut. This is somewhere between 75 and 100 feet of paracord. It was a 100-foot hank, and I cut a little bit off for a project or something. It was only a few feet, so and I made a donut out of it. First of all, because I wanted to learn how to make these. Second of all, because it was a great way of storing paracord. It's nice, neat, organized, kind of looks cool. And if you need your paracord, you can just take this thing here, run it back through this little loop, and then just kind of zip line it right out however much you need. You cut it off, stick it back through the loop, good to go. It's kind of a dispensary of paracord. And if you've got hemorrhoids, it might help there too. Anyway, backup sunglasses. I went out yesterday and bought a bunch of stuff for this kit. One of them being a second pair of sunglasses. These were my main sunglasses, but I'm one of those people that tend to like the yellowish tint to my sunglasses, and these do not have them. These are just a gas station pair. You can see they're just kind of a gray. They get the job done, but I like the yellower tint, so these are my backups now. These are going to go in some kind of soft bag to keep them from getting damaged. I think they were $10 at the gas station, but you don't want your backup sunglasses getting scratched. Again, I need to find a place for some of this stuff. I got 2 of these. I just can't find the other one at the moment. It's in here somewhere. 5-hour energies, mainly for long car rides and whatnot. And I didn't realize until now I got pomegranate, one of the worst tasting 5-hour energies ever. These things do work, but man, they taste horrible. I found the grape tastes kind of halfway okay. Snack pack. This has got 2 of these Power Bar protein bars. I found that if I'm out and I can't stop for food for whatever reason, eat about half to 3/4 of one of these things, and I'm not feeling quite so hungry. It's not quite so bad, and it gives you protein. And also I got 2 rolls of Lifesavers, just because like I said, I like sweet things, especially after I eat. Kind of clears the palate. A roll of Breath Savers, a spare cigarette lighter, a pack of Altoids, a pack of Big Red, and a pack of Spearmint. In the bottom down here, there's that other 5-hour energy. Nasty pomegranate. Last but not least, a dry bag with a pair of jeans, a pair of underwear, a pair of socks, and a t-shirt. You might ask me, why would you carry all that? Well, it is kind of the heaviest item in my bag, but, you know, there's been times where I went out on them little paddle boats, you know, you sit in, you kick with your feet, and go across the lake. I'm not talking about them big ones that, you know, Mark Twain wrote about. Anyway, you end up getting wet. A lot of times you might end up having to spend an unplanned overnight, you know, if you're planning on getting to your destination and you need these, or, you know, for who knows, you're standing along the road and somebody drives by and completely soaks you, muddy and everything else. You got a clean change of clothes. I think it's just a nice thing to have. It's not like I'm carrying this on my back. So anyway, that's everything in my pack. Like I said, there's a few things I'm going to add other than that Anchor Eaton E5 to help charge my phone. I want to put a map of my state, just because even though I've got a GPS, it's good to have redundancy. I want to upgrade the first aid kit. I want to put a compact set of rain gear in here. I've got a small stainless steel water bottle in my truck. I just got to dig it out of my mess. And then the travel soap and Q-tips and all that kind of stuff. And then, like I said, this bag is going to be revolving. It's going to be, you know, if I'm not using, you know, say, I don't know anything in here I won't use, but anything that I won't use, I'll take it out. If I find something along the road that, hey, I think that'd be useful, I'll throw it in here. And it'll just be a continuing process like that. But I'll do updates along with my regular personal EDC, the stuff I carry on my body, as time goes by, and let you guys know how it's going. But I think so far it's been really good. The only problem I've had so far is that I don't want to break into this. I'd be along the road and want to stop for candy. I want to break into this, but I don't want to use everything out of it and have to worry about replacing it. That's my only problem so far. Everything else seems to be somewhat useful. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Any comments, questions, suggestions, anything like that, just let me know. And until the next one, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next one.